other than that, I'm really, really excited to see you again. I really can't wait. And yeah, as I said, today is Mother's Day, so happy Mother's Day. It's a wonderful day to be grateful for your mom or anybody else that has a mother-like role in your life. Somebody that makes you feel good, that nurtures you, that cares for you, or just somebody who helps you grow and says the things as they are. We need that sometimes too. And in my case, I would like to dedicate this practice to my mom. My mom, who has always been there for me, who first of all gave me the gift of life. Okay, for that one, I include my dad as well, of course. But she has always given me this unconditional love. And I think this is really one of the, I would say, few relationships where you can really have this nice cocoon of unconditional love. So thank you, Mom. Maybe she's watching, I don't know. I will see her later. But in general, every day is a good day to be grateful. So maybe just dedicate this practice also to yourself, to nurture yourself and take care of yourself. Okay, let's get started. So sit on a block or maybe just on a pillow or a thick book. And then make sure you have one foot in front of the other, or you can be in a cross-legged position. And then simply close your eyes. And just take a moment to settle down. Try to lengthen your breath. Allow the breath to circulate through the whole body. So when you inhale, breathe in all the way into the belly. There's some expansion in the belly. And when you exhale, there is some contraction in the belly. Make sure you relax your face, especially the jaws. Make sure you're not biting your teeth. And with every exhalation, soften a little bit more. Release any tension in your physical or mental body. Just ground with the earth. And maybe dedicate your practice to your mom or to the mom within yourself. You can always nurture yourself. Take care of yourself. And then take a long and deep inhale and circle the arms up towards the sky. Root to rise. Exhale, circle the arms down by your sides. One more time. Deep inhale to lengthen and lift the arms overhead. Exhale, circle the arms down. Inhale to lift the arms. And with your exhale, twist to the left. Take your right hand onto your left thigh and the other hand behind you. Long and deep inhale to lengthen the spine. And exhale to twist from the navel upwards. Take a long and deep inhale, lift the arms overhead. And with your exhale, go to the other side. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale to turn. Good. One more time. Deep inhale, lift your arms. And with your exhale, hinge at the hip crease and just fold over. You can stay on the fingertips. Make sure your spine is long. Or if you're more flexible, you can also come down onto your forearms and just let your head hang loose. Chin towards the collarbone and simply breathe here. Gently take your hands back onto your thighs, roll the shoulders back and down. Come back to your breath. Nurture your body with full breaths. Gently open up the eyes. Now we're going to start moving. So come onto all fours. Good. Place your hands underneath your shoulders, the knees underneath your hips, and we're going to mobilize the spine. So with your inhale, lift up the tailbone, chest reaches forward. With your exhale, start to round your spine and look towards your belly button. Long and deep inhale, open up the front side of the body. Exhale, start to round. Inhale again, open up the front. Extend your chest forward. Exhale, round again. Good. Come back into a neutral spine. And then extend your leg, the right leg, parallel to the floor. And then extend your left arm forward. Good. Hold it here. Keep it steady. Always pull your navel in. Good. Give you a variation. If you want, you can bend your right knee and grab the foot with your hand. And once you have it, open up the chest. Yes, I see the birds are super loud. And soon we have a visit from the Securitas. But he knows me already. Good. And then let go of the foot. Place your left hand underneath your left shoulder and then open up the right hip on top of the left and then lift up your right arm. So these are all steps. Feel free to just have your hand down, or if you want to challenge your balance, bend your right knee and grab the foot. And once you have it, open up the chest. Steady your gaze. That always helps you to keep the balance. Good. And then gently let go of your foot and come back onto all fours. And just sway your hips from side to side. And we do the other side. So extend your left leg. If you want, add your right arm. Hold it steady. Try not to swing over to one side. So really keep it steady in your core. Keep your leg strong. And if you want, grab the foot. And then when you have the foot, open up the front side of the body. So press the foot into the hand and open up the chest. Good. Gently let go. Place your right hand underneath your right shoulder. Stack your left hip on top of the right, and maybe you can even lift up the left arm. Once you're here, maybe you can grab the foot. And then again, opening up the front side of the body. Good, and gently let go. Come back onto all fours and just sway your hips from side to side. Good. We're going to go into a forearm plank. So come down onto your forearms. Keep your forearms parallel to each other. Make sure the elbows are directly underneath your shoulders. And then step back with your feet and find a nice long line. Make it solid. So imagine there is a wall that you want to press with your heels backwards. And you want to extend the crown of the head forward. Hold it here. If you want, you can drop the knees. Good. And then gently drop your knees down. Place the tops of the feet on the ground and lower down the hips. And from here, move your shoulders back and down. Chest reaching forward. Good. Hold it steady. And then gently come all the way down onto the floor. Place your hands next to your chest, elbows in. Engage your legs, and with your inhale, lift up the chest. Exhale to lower down. Deep inhale again, lift up the heart, lift up the chest, and with your exhale, lower down. Last time to inhale, lift up. Exhale, lower down. Good. Now reach back with your arms. Roll your shoulders still backwards. We're going to squeeze the shoulder blades. Feel free to interlace the fingers. And then move with your knuckles away and lift up the heart. Keep your legs strong. So keep pressing down into the tops of the feet and into the pubic bone. Maybe close your eyes and just feel the strength and feel the subtle movements thanks to the breath. Make sure you don't bite the teeth. And then simply relax on the ground. Maybe move your pelvis from side to side to loosen up the lower back. Good, and then gently place your hands again on the floor. Deep inhale, lift up the chest. And with your exhale, finally come into child's pose. Take a couple of breaths in child's pose. And slowly come back up onto all fours. And going back into downward facing dog. So in down dog, make sure you have the weight spread equally on both hands. Paddle out the feet. Do anything that makes you feel good. Maybe move your chin from side to side. Stay easy in your body. Press through all the knuckles. That means the weight is not only on your wrists. And then maybe slowly find stillness. You can lift up one more time onto the tippy toes. Press the inner thighs back so you create a lot of space between the sitting bones. And then gently lower down the heels. Stretch the back side of your body. Good. Slowly ripple forward into plank, starting with the upper back and then the crown of the head drawing forward. And we are in a nice long line. Keep your legs engaged. Pull your navel still inward. And to make it less static, you can also just shift your weight a little bit forward and back. And then everybody drop the knees. Take a long and deep inhale. And with your exhale, come all the way down onto the floor. Good. Press the tops of the feet down, pubic bone as well. Hands are right next to your chest. Inhale, come either into a baby cobra or a cobra, or you can also come up into upward facing dog. Just make sure you don't collapse. You want to keep your shoulders out of the way. Opening up the heart, and maybe you can even lift up the kneecaps. Just make sure you have zero compression in the lower back. That means pull the navel in and up, the belly lock. Good. And now focus on your core. Roll over your toes or just step and come into downward facing dog. Good. From here, take small steps forward. Sunday morning stroll, take your time. And just sway from side to side. Loosen up. Allow your neck to be long. Good. And then gently roll up the spine, one vertebrae at a time. The shoulders and the head come at last. Good. I want to further open up this chest area. So either grab the opposite elbows behind your back, or maybe you can come into reverse namaste. So the palms are together. Either way, make sure you roll your shoulders back, and you can press your hands into the back or the elbows into the back. Now keep your feet about hip-width apart. Inhale to open up the chest, and with your exhale, leading with the heart, come into a forward fold. And you feel the straight spine by pressing your spine into your hands, into your arms. And then let go of your head. Press the inner thighs back. Feel the space between the sitting bones. And again, with a nice and long spine, open up the chest first to the front and then come back up all the way. And now we're going to do the same thing without the hands behind. So release. Inhale, circle the arms towards the sky. Exhale to dive forward. Inhale, first come just halfway up. And with your exhale, forward fold. Inhale, circle the arms to the sides and up with a flat back. You can always bend your knees a little bit. And with your exhale, hands in front of your heart. We're going to add on. So with your inhale, circle the arms up to the sky. Exhale, dive forward. Now step back with your right foot and lower down the knee to the floor. Inhale to lift up the upper body, arms to the sky, settle down. We're opening up the right hip flexor. Good. With your exhale, fold over your front leg, so extend the front leg as much as you can. You can also use the blocks, of course. Draw the left hip back, the right hip is going forward, and maybe you can even lift up the toes and flex the foot, so you really feel this opening on the hamstring. Make sure your spine is long, and maybe you can even place your belly on your thigh. This is a nice little opening here. And whenever we are not really moving, come back to the breath and move the breath through the body. Good, and then gently bend your front knee. Step back into plank. We're going to add a little vinyasa, or you can skip it. So halfway down, inhale to open up with the chest, and exhale into down dog. Stay in your down dog. Press into the fingers, into the knuckles. Good, and then take small or big steps forward. You can have your feet together or hip width apart. Bend your knees, lower down the hips, lift up the upper body, and get comfortable on your beloved chair. Good, hold it steady. See if you can sit even lower. So load the heels. The weight is mainly on your heels. And with your exhale, forward fold. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale, step back into plank. Long and deep inhale in plank. We add one more vinyasa. Or just go straight into down dog. Good. And then lightly step, or maybe also jump forward to the front of the mat. And slowly roll up the spine. Always allow your head to be heavy when we're rolling up. And then find a nice upright position in mountain pose. Good. With your inhale, circle the arms to the sky. Exhale to dive forward. Inhale, step back with your left foot this time and lower down the knee to the floor. Inhale, lift up the arms. Exhale, settle down. Good. Open up the chest. Whenever you want, you can close your eyes. And then gently start to straighten the front leg. Move with your right hip back. And then slowly with your inhale, lift the heart. And with your exhale, fold over your leg. Breathe into your stretch. Start to engage the front leg in case your leg is straight. So you can softly and safely open up the back side of the leg. Good, and then gently just bend your knee and come back into your vinyasa, or skip everything and just go straight into down dog or child's pose. Good. And from here again, step or jump to the front. Come back into your chair. And with your exhale, simply place your belly on top of your thighs. It's like a ski jumper. Move with your arms back. Hold it straight. Inhale, circle the arms to the sky. Exhale one more time, belly onto your thighs. Keep your hips low and simply lift up the chest. Deep inhale. And with your exhale, forward fold. Now walk your feet hip width apart and grab behind your legs. You can either have them a little bit higher or you can have them all the way down. You can also make a cup with your fingers, with your hands, and step with the heels on those cups. The forearms are behind your legs. Inhale to lengthen the spine. Exhale, forward fold. The neck is relaxed. Breathe into the belly. Press the inner thighs back, lift up the pelvis. And always adjust. You can have as much of a bend as you have to or want to. Even if you're capable to do the full pose, some days we don't want to go into the full pose. So just do whatever feels right today. And then gently release, roll up the spine. And breathe. Good. And then close your eyes for a moment. And feel the body bursting with energy. That's the energy we want. Gently open up the eyes. Inhale, circle the arms up to the sky. And with your exhale, dive forward. Now step back with your right foot. We're going to open up the foot 90 degrees. Feel free to take a block on the inside of the foot. And you have a connection of your arm touching the inner knee. And then simply lift up your right arm. Make sure the left hip is not sticking to the side. So you want to keep everything level. The hip with the knee and the knee is on the midline with the foot. Keep your back leg super strong. And then simply lift up the upper body and settle down for a warrior two. Good. Opening up the hips. Make sure you're not going into the war. So you want to keep your shoulders stacked over your hips. And maybe challenge yourself. You can even make a bigger stance so you can really get your front thigh parallel to the floor. Try not to have a bend in your back leg. If possible, we want to get into an extended version. Good. Hold it steady. Inhale, flip your front palm, reach forward and then up. Opening up the left side of the rib cage. Just breathe. Exhale, back into warrior two. Inhale, extend the front leg. Shift your hips backwards. Maybe you need to make the stance smaller. And you can even have the toes facing slightly inward. And then hips back, long in the two waistlines. Place your left hand lightly, or you can also float. Of course, you can always also have your hand on the outside. Always choose your own version. Make sure you open up the right chest. So you want to have your right shoulder stacked over the left. Good, and then bend your front knee. And now take both hands on the inside of the foot. Simply walk on to the middle, so turn your left foot 90 degrees. Inhale to lengthen, And with your exhale, another forward fold. Feel free to grab the big toes. You can also have your hands just in the middle, whatever works. And always think about lengthening with each inhale and folding with each exhale. Maybe the crown of the head can touch. If you want, you can come into a headstand here, or simply stay. Good. Now come back onto your hands. Turn your right foot now 90 degrees. The heels are in line. And then if you want, place a block or simply keep your hand on the inside of the foot. Lift up your left arm. Good. Opening up the heart. Strong in your back leg. And then lightly just lift up the upper body. Look over your right hand. Pull the midsection in so you're steady in your core. Inhale, flip the front palm, lean slightly forward, and then open up the front side, breathing into the rib cage. We have a tendency sometimes to move with the knee inward. Make sure it stays in line with the midline of the foot. Good, and then gently come back into warrior two. Inhale, extend your front leg, shift your hips back, pull your navel in, and with your exhale, come into your own version of a triangle. So that means maybe you need to have your hand on your knee almost, or you can go deeper. Good, hold it here. Maybe float. So when you float your hands, you really need to engage your legs. If you have a mat that is slippery at home, that's good sometimes because you can really train the muscles instead of the bones. You rely on your strength. You're building strength. Good, and then simply bend your front knee. Come down with your hands. And we go back towards the middle. Turn your right foot again 90 degrees. Place your right hand either on a block or on the floor. You can also stay on the fingertips, of course. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale to twist from the navel up. That means both legs are stable. Nothing changes on the lower body. The flexibility comes from the upper body. So we're building the foundation so it can be flexible and have freedom in the rest of the body. And then simply place your other hand down, lift up your right arm. Try not to lean back, so you want to really keep your hand directly underneath your nose. Press the inner thighs back and then twist. And then again, take both hands down. And move your left heel slightly inward. Bend your knee. And then walk with your hands all the way towards the foot. Maybe you can lift up the right toes. And maybe you need to see a bit higher, so whatever suits you. And then go to the other side. Just a nice stroll from side to side. Getting some mobility in the hips. And one more change. Good. And then simply come back to the middle. Take your hands onto your hips. Elbows back, close together, pressing your chest forward. And then with a long line, come all the way up. Good. And then you can simply jump the feet together, or like Charlie Chaplin style, just heel toe the feet together. Good. And then come back to the front of the mat. And we do a little circus style pose. So first, everybody, just keep your feet about mat width apart. And then come down into a squat. All the way if you can. If you need to have your hands on blocks, do that. Of course, you can always sit down on a block and just hang out here. So this is variation 1. Variation 2, get your left hand onto the floor, extend your right arm to the sky. Variation 3, take the bind, and here is the circus extra version. So try to move a little bit. Keep it easy, keep it playful. And then walk your right foot more to the midline. Shift your weight, and maybe you can just hop a little bit here. Someday or today, you can come all the way up. And once you're here, make sure you stack the shoulders above your hips. Good. And then with the same awareness, slowly, you want to come down again. Steady your gaze. And there you are in variation 1. In case you have been here the whole time, this is great. Stay there. Otherwise, do your own variation. Always do and try the other side. Sometimes one side works and the other doesn't. Also, some days it works, some days it doesn't. All normal. The more you practice, the more you progress. So slowly come down, join everybody in variation 1. And from here, finally, place your hands down. Lift up the bum. Take your feet parallel, hip width apart, and just sway from side to side. Good. Slowly roll up the spine. Good. And now we do some balancing for everybody. Tree pose. So place your left foot on the inside of the foot. If you want, you can have it easy. The heel is on the inside of the leg, the toes are on the ground, or a little bit higher, below the knee or above the knee. Make sure it's not on the knee because it's not so good for your knee. Once you have it, make sure you open up the chest. If you want, you can keep your hand on your foot or hands in front of your heart. And focus on pressing the foot into the standing leg, but the standing leg also presses into the foot. So basically you can open up the hips even more. Maybe reach to the stars. Hold it here. Maybe look to the stars. Good. And gently, hands in front of your heart. Knee is coming forward and up, and we go smoothly into a warrior 3. So basically, you want to extend your leg in the air and roll the inner thigh up. You can press the hands together for more stability. Stable is also like an airplane, so you can extend your arms, or if you have a straight line with your leg parallel to the floor, you can also extend your arms forward. Good. Don't forget to breathe when you focus and when you're using strength. You have a tendency to hold the breath when it's getting tricky. So keep the calm inside. Nothing has changed, just the form. And then slowly hug your knee one more time into the chest. Root to rise, and then let go. Shake it out. So sometimes it feels a little bit uncomfortable in your ankle if you've never done it. That's normal, it will get better. And after the class it's gone. If it's not the case, contact me. Good. 3 to the other side. So place your foot wherever it goes. That may be planted on the floor. Hands in front of your chest. Maybe extend. And remember, the trees are nature's beauty. That means all the trees are different. So no need to go to the full version. You will get there with time. Enjoy the ride. Good. If you want, you can also close your eyes and see what happens. Usually, we don't trust anymore and we start to fall. But you cannot fall below the ground, so all is good. Slowly take your hands in front of your heart. Move with your knee up and forward. And find your warrior in the form and inside. Roll the inner thigh up. Extend the whole body. Strong warrior. All the warriors are different as well. Don't forget to breathe. Breathing is the most important thing. Try not to breathe and see what happens. Good. And then hug the knee into the chest. Find your posture. Find your equanimity. And then let go. Good. And we simply sit down onto the floor. And because it's a beautiful day, you go into boat pose on a boat. So grab behind your legs, lift up the legs, and make sure you're not rounding here. So keep an upright position, chest forward, and maybe extend your arms. And then just enjoy. Breathe. Maybe close your eyes. Lengthen the breath. Lengthen the spine. Good. If you want, you can grab behind your legs and maybe you can work on straightening the legs. Keep your chest forward. And then gently bend your knees. Open up the knees to the sides. Release the feet on the ground. Take the soles of the feet together. Come a little bit forward so you hear me better without the birds. And then straighten the spine. Take your hands around your feet. Lift up the chest. And with your exhale, slowly hinge at the hip crease. Move with your chest forward towards your feet and keep some space between your ears and the shoulders. Good. And then just breathe here. Gently lift up the chest, grab the knees, and move your knees together. Good. Now we're going to slowly rolling down now. So we're going to roll down onto the ground. So try to do this super slowly. The slower you do it, the more conscious it is, and the more intense. Not tense, intense. So scoop the navel in and roll down one notch at a time. Feel every single spot. Keep your feet on the ground if you can. Don't forget to breathe. And then simply release and hug your knees into the chest and just move from side to side. Allow your head to be heavy, supported by Mother Earth. Also a mother, very important one. Good. Open up the knees to the sides. Happy baby. So the feet are above your knees. You can either just grab the ankles or maybe you can go for the outer edges of the feet. And then release the lower back on the floor. Flex your feet and press the feet into the fingers to release the pelvis down. If you are up here and you're lifting up your bum, then maybe you don't need to go so far. So maybe just hold on to your knees. So these are always different steps, and it's important to do the steps. So you can usually not skip steps, always backfires. In this case, it might be just injury. So always respect the steps, respect the limitations. And if you're in the full version, then maybe enjoy the baby and just rock from side to side. Good. Bring your knees together. We're going to do a nice little twist. So drop the knees onto your right side and extend your left arm to the left side. And then simply release your left shoulder on the floor. If the shoulder pops up like this, I always recommend to place blocks or pillows underneath the knees, so it's easier to ground down. And then gently, knees to the other side, spinal twist, open up to the right side. And come back to your breath. Come back to the middle. Easy inversion. Just lift up your legs, your arms to the sky. Imagine you're suspended, so there's a feeling of lightness, not much effort. Allow the blood to flow through the body. And then gently enjoy Savasana. Final pose, very important to do, letting go. So there's always a time for activity and there is a time for inactivity. So allow your hips and your shoulders to sink. Stay as long as you want in this pose, or slowly just extend the whole body, stretch your arms overhead. And gently bend your knees and roll onto your favorite side into a fetal position. And connect with this Mother Earth. And slowly, with your eyes closed, come back into a seated position. Center yourself. Reunite the palms in front of your heart. And give gratitude to maybe your mother or somebody else who has a mother-like role in your life. Give thanks to Mother Earth. And maybe also to yourself. Connect with the mother within so you can nourish your body, you can nourish your thoughts and emotions. Namaste. And I'm also very thankful for you guys. It has been a pleasure in this period of challenge to do these live sessions with you. And yeah, I hope to see some of you in the next week or over the next weeks again. And that may be also on Zoom, so feel free to just join on Zoom. If you need more infos, text me. You can get in touch with me in a private message here on Facebook or on Instagram. And I'm also easy to find on the web, so iamyoga.ch. And that's it. So I hope to see you. Namaste, Ima. Namaste, Christine. Great that you joined. Enjoy your day. Happy Mother's Day. And celebrate yourself. Bye-bye. See you soon. Hello, long stocking. Hope to meet you.